Esther McVey.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. There has been so many wonderful, moving tributes today. It's been a real pleasure to be in the chamber to listen to them all. And with your permission, Mr Deputy Speaker, I will make my tribute through the eyes of the school children of Tatton. For as so many MPs have mentioned here today, the curiosity those children have of the late Queen Elizabeth II. And the question they do ask, particularly in primary school and junior school, is, have you met the Queen? And when I say yes, there are literally squeals of delight, gasps of disbelief, uncontainable excitement ripple through the class. Such was the impact that this lady had on all the people of this country, of all ages and of all parts of the country. She loved children, and children loved her. And the clatter of questions that followed. Were you nervous when you met her? How was she? What's she like? Where did you meet her? So I try and describe the Queen to them as they sit and listen, eyes wide open. Well, I say she's diminutive, or she was diminutive, yet she was imposing. She was gentle, yet steely. And that powder-puff grey hair, she was radiant and she shone. But it was her eyes that were remarkable and memorable. They were penetrating and bottomless. The knowledge behind them limitless. You can almost feel what she had seen and what she had experienced. You were in the presence of wisdom. And they are kind too. She was a curious blend, quite disarming, and yet incredibly caring. And was I nervous? Without doubt. You're in the presence of greatness, whose life has spanned war and peace. And that nervousness is amplified by the royal protocol, which she lives through and by. So when you're made a Privy Councillor and you've got steps to take, kneels to bow, it's meticulous choreography, the timing, quick steps, kneels, precision of words, and taking oaths. And the seal of office too at Sandringham. It was magical. It was a whirl of rooms and doors opening. It was brevity, but intensity. And as we left, we were all handed a packed lunch. And all I could say, it was thoughtful but simple, no frills. I think it was nutritionally balanced. There was no, there was no fuss whatsoever. It was all bother and nonsense. And as Deputy Chief Whip, I was also Treasurer to Her Majesty's household. But what she did love, and where I met her and spent more time with her, was at Windsor Castle with her horses in her stables, which she absolutely loved. And she confided that one of her best memories was the day that Esther won the Ascot Gold Cup at Royal Ascot, trained by Sir Michael Stout. And she spoke to her trainers without fail every week, Nicky Henderson and John Gosden. But that was what she loved. So I'm absolutely delighted that the St Ledger is going ahead this weekend, not least because the Queen won the St Ledger in her Silver Jubilee year with Dunfermline, ridden by Willie Carson, one of her favourite jockeys. But kind and finally thoughtful. And my final conversation with her, she questioned social media and the impact it had, and she said, could anybody these days keep a secret? She talked about Operation Mincemeat, the deception that fooled Hitler and helped us win the war. And she said, can people keep things to themselves, or do they feel that they'd sooner tell everybody and maybe spoil what should be done? So when I leave children, I say, have you got discretion? Can you keep a secret? Are you selfless? Can you think of the greater good more than you can think of yourself? And if you can, then the Queen has done her job, and her spirit and her qualities will live on in all of us. God bless the Queen. God save the King.